everyone. Thank you for joining me again. My name is Carlos. Today we're going to be going over a bench press, biceps, abs, and calf session. Before we do, please hit that subscribe button and post notifications and all that good stuff. So, in the middle of the bulking season, well, some people are getting shredded for their Mr. Olympias and their end of the year competition. But by and large, most people this time of year start to bulk. Wintertime in the northern hemisphere, and it's just that time of the year where it seems more natural to try to pack on weight. People tend to eat more, and us people who are into physique and bodybuilding take advantage of this time, or at least I do. I have a very clear goal of bulking as much as I can, and right in the middle of it. It's been going pretty well. It stagnated there for a few days, but no matter how much I would eat, I wasn't gaining weight, and then all of a sudden it started clicking and gaining again. Now, that's great when you're making progress with something that you want to do. You want to gain weight. You want to gain muscle, get stronger and all of that. But man, I have not felt so sluggish and tired and just lazy. I'm really trying to get over this sluggishness in the last few weeks, especially the last couple of weeks. It's been pretty hard. Get into the gym, kind of unmotivated, and this is very untypical for me. And just kind of lost in the workout. But, just focusing on what I have to do, warming up a little bit more than normal. And all it takes is just like one good set of something, and I'm triggered and I'm into it. So, the bench press session for me is like the highlight of my week. I really enjoy it, even though it's becoming challenging. And at this period of time, I'm doing a 5x5 or working my way back to a 5x5. 5x5 has to be like the most standard, old school, tried and true, best and easiest way to gain real strength. If you get good at your 5x5, you're going to make solid gains. Doesn't take that long either. It's, building up from, 10-20% strength gain to previous heights, probably take about 8 to 12 weeks. Not breaking new plateaus, that's always hard to do. That's a real effort. But anyways, on this bench press, been feeling really, it's been a struggle even from the very first rep. 2 plates did not feel that hard before. But like I said, just from the very first rep, it feels challenging. But I get through the first set. So the first set, and I'm thinking, to myself, I got 4 more sets to go, and just plowing through this thing. A lot of effort. I have to say, like every single rep of those 4 sets. I'm not doing the 5x5 yet. I've been building up from 1 set to 2 to 3 to 4. This was my first successful 4-set session, and it was just a challenge, man. It was like really, really difficult. Every single rep, and but got through it. So next session is going to be a 5x5 attempt. So, but the upswing on that is that it is building real strength back again. I had a partial tear a while ago, and I'm over that, and just building back my strength. Even though it's a bugger, man, it's really tough, but it's going well. So, putting in all the effort I can to not be defeated with that. Now from there we went to the bench. From there we went to the biceps curl, doing the hammer curls. These hammer curls, I haven't done those in a while. They're all effective. You're always trying to find the perfect way of doing things, and it seems like good enough is good enough. I mean, you don't have to be perfect at everything you do. Just get the work done, do the set. Doesn't have to be the perfect angle, crunching with the utmost effort. And, if it's not like 100% perfect, it doesn't work. That's such bullshit. It's just get the work done. Don't get sloppy, just do the sets, do the reps, and, put in as much effort as you can. But this obsession, at least I had this obsession of trying to be absolutely perfect with what I was doing. Like, it has to be optimal, the right angle, the right, just right amount of force and everything. It doesn't always have to be that way. I'm not talking about swinging the weights up, but, just curl the shit, just all you have to do is curl it. It's no big deal, Yeah, if you twist your pinky, you do this, and you crunch this way and all that. Those are optimizers for sure. You can always do things perfectly. But again, the perfect sometimes is killing the good enough. Good enough is good enough. So I've been doing that. The other thing is trying to incorporate a faster tempo into some of these sets. I get really frustrated sometimes when I see people doing these really slow sets. Like you just like these slow, slow, slow. Just take it really slow. And for me, that's it doesn't fly. It doesn't fly. I get much better results pumping faster. That doesn't mean pumping lightweight. It means using the weight you usually use to work out with, and just increasing the tempo. It's like if you're gonna try to run faster. If you run, 100 meter in 15 seconds, try to make it in 13, then 12, then try to get it to a 10-second 100-yard dash. It takes more effort. It's harder to do. It requires more energy to move a weight faster than slower. And I've been going on about this, endlessly about, time under tension. Time under tension is great. But if you do it at the onset, like you're defeating the purpose. Time under tension is to extend the set further and further and further. Once you can't really, you reach your limit and you just keep on going with a cluster or pause and all that, and you continue the tension, and that's completely valid. But starting off slow, it doesn't fly with me. So I've been trying to incorporate faster sets. And with the biceps, they've been working. I've been increasing the size. It's been working for the last 5-6 weeks. Due to general calorie consumption, so that could be a big part of it. Also incorporating the cable crossovers. I haven't really done these. I've just been doing like the basic, over the last few years, I've been doing the basic power moves, incline bench, flat bench, and dumbbells. But not flies, just presses. So now I'm doing a lot more crossover and fly movements, and they definitely have their place. It's been helping. It's been working to pronounce the muscle a little bit more for sure, giving it a little bit more volume. I always, the preeminent in the workout is the bench press for me. I've heard and people have told me, look, the bench press is not a great chest developer. That's not why I do the bench press. I don't do the bench press to develop my chest. I mean, most people that would seem like the logical thing. Why do you do the bench press to develop your chest? And I said, no. I do the bench press because I love benching. I love lifting from that position and putting all my effort, my total upper body into it. It's something I enjoy to do, is the bench press. Is that so unreasonable? I mean, no, it was okay. So you're not developing your chest? Well, if it develops, well, that's great. That's fine. But that's not my primary purpose of benching. Benching to me is a complete upper body move. Develops my lats. Develops my traps. My shoulders. Oh, you don't want your shoulders to get developed through a bench press? Well, why the fuck not? If that's a byproduct of heavy benching is getting huge shoulders, yeah, absolutely all day. That sounds good to me. I'm not a professional bodybuilder trying to nuance my body to perfection, with certain angles and increase certain sizes. No, I'm just a gym bro. And I really want to take this to the max that I can, get as strong as I can, develop the muscles to my utmost, but I'm not so obsessed with, okay, now the chest, so do it with half the weight and, and do this pump technique and all that. I'm not sacrificing strength for size. If I get size by doing strength, that's great. But for me, primarily, it's strength, especially as I get older. Well, that's my shtick. As I want to get older, I want to get stronger. I don't want to reduce the weight and make things heavy. I want to make things heavy, make things that are heavy lighter. That has greater carryover and more common sense in the real world. Anyways, that's my thought process. I know a lot of people don't agree with that. They're all about the physique and development of the muscle, and that's great. I want to develop my muscles. That's absolutely what I'm trying to do. But I won't sacrifice certain things for that. For me, preeminence is strength. So, biceps and the calves. The calves, it's a great interlude. It's an easy thing for me to do. I think it's one of the easier exercises for most people, unless you apply a torture session to them, which can be done. You can, in fact, torture yourself with calf training and make it as brutal and as hard as you can imagine. But I don't do it like that. I think enough is enough. I mean, well enough alone. So I'm doing 6 sets, 3 standing, 3 seated, and I do try to do them to the maximum intensity, but not to the point where, my God, I can't walk. The next day it's like, oh, geez, I'm hobbling because my calves are burned out. No, I use them as an interlude to a hard workout. So I'll put them more or less like in the middle of the workout. When things are getting tough and I need a break, I'll go do my calves. And it'll take up like 15, 20 minutes. And then by that time, I want to get back into something heavy again. But like for chest day, chest is like the heavy, it's the highlight. Because what else do? We do abs. Now here with the abs, typical. I mean, hanging abs, they're great for developing. They'll do they'll definitely bring out your abs. They've helped mine for sure. The incline crunch, I do them on the highest incline I can get, and sometimes I'll put weight on those because I'm a believer that the abs should be developed just like any other muscle. And abs are not built in the kitchen. Like, people, learn how to use your words, please. You don't build them in the kitchen. You reveal them in the kitchen. When you peel the fat off, they're revealed, but you're not building them. You build them by lifting weights, for God's sakes. Oh my God. You build the abs in the kitchen. Did somebody tell you that? You just repeat it, like, without even thinking? Really? If people so mindless, man. Like parrots. You just repeat things that people say. Don't ego lift. Yeah, don't ego lift. Ego lift, ego lift. Ego. Without, what would you be without the ego? You wouldn't be doing anything. You wouldn't be jack shit. You wouldn't be getting a better job. You wouldn't be increasing your pay grade. You wouldn't be doing anything practically if you didn't have an ego. You wouldn't be in the gym if you didn't have an ego. Come on, don't lie to yourself. Everybody has egos. It doesn't mean to make yourself better than other people. You should use your ego to make yourself better than yourself. That's what I do for myself. Anyways, and the last exercise for the abs is something that I think is a secret that's trying to be suppressed. Yeah, there's a conspiracy to suppress the intercostal serratus plank. My God, the next it's going to be on Alex Jones pretty soon. I think the government is behind it. YouTube. They're trying to suppress the knowledge of the plank, and it's not a static plank. Why do I say this? Because I find that it's very few people know about this. Like, nobody trains them. Like, you got to really go and search YouTube and find, it's very esoteric. Now, what is it? It's a plank where you just crunch your torso. And what does that do? It flexes your intercostals and your serratus muscles directly. They're worked indirectly with overhead presses and by racking your bench press under heavy weight and those type of moves where you're moving your entire torso in this way. It's not like the press where you're pushing, but it's you're hunching over, and the muscles that pull you in are the serratus and the intercostals. So you do that in the plank position, and just flex with your elbows, making sure only your torso is flexing. Now, do 2 or 3 sets of 20 with those, and you will understand what I mean, that there is a conspiracy to hide this shit, because they work. And they really bring out the abs also. They make the front view of the body much more complete when you have all the other development, bringing out these intercostals. You don't build them in the kitchen, you reveal them. So go build them by doing some of these hunched over planks. I don't know, I got to find a name for them. Anyways, they're very effective. So doing this triad of hanging abs, high incline crunches with weight sometimes, and these crunch planks, whatever we're going to call them, we'll see them on the video, very effective. They really work. And they're very fatiguing. Like, I just have to stop because my stomach starts burning. This area here under the chest is just getting a fantastic workout. So that's basically it for today's session. Leaving the video there at the end with the movements, the exercises, and of course this 5x5 technique to bring up your bench. Once you hit the 5x5 with a certain weight, then you can start using your micro weights or bring it up by 5 pounds, a set here, a set there, and maybe include one more rep. So now there's now a 5 by 5. You got one set you do 7, 7, 5, 5, 6, 5, 8, 5, 5, 6, 5, 8, something like that. And then you bring it up to 235. And then, because building up the bench press is very hard after a certain period of time for some people. Some people are very strong benchers. I am envious and jealous of y'all who can do 400-pound, 500-pound bench presses. For me, that's like, I don't know if I could ever do that, but I'm trying. And many of us at this level, 2 plates plus, it is what it is. So that's what we're trying to do there. Anyways, God bless everybody. We'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, and everybody take care.